Did you get anything good for Christmas this year, John?
I mean, I probably should say yes. My mom watches, but it was okay. It's not bad.
Yeah. I'm at that age now where, well, first of all, I'm at that age where I say I'm at that age.
Right.
Second of all, I'm at that age where I just don't know what to ask for anymore.
Same.
Because it's like, you can't buy me like a toy robot or something and I'm going to think that's super cool. So I'm like at the stage of asking for practical gifts now. The only thing I asked for was a pair of like walking boots.
Okay.
Just to have around campus, like when there is snow outside.
Yeah.
And my grandma got me these boots at Kohl's for like $50 or something. And I feel like I've now reached real adulthood because I'm getting excited about how useful a pair of boots are. I don't know if you've experienced this yet.
I also got a pair of hiking boots recently, not for Christmas, but yeah, no, I feel
Yeah, because I just remember like when I was a kid and I used to think it was weird that people would like ask for socks.
I got some.
I'm there now and I feel super old. Good morning, everyone. We're back. It's been a minute.
It has.
It is 11:52 a.m. on Thursday, February 8th, and it is 56 degrees outside and sunny. It is absolutely gorgeous out there today.
I was just saying, that's got to be a record. Like, there's no way that it's been that warm in February that I remember.
I don't know if it's a record because I feel like I remember it being 60 one year, a couple days in January and February, but I don't know. Either way, the first fake spring of Wisconsin winter is upon us.
Yes.
So I look forward to it cooling down to about -20 in a couple weeks.
Probably.
Assuming that'll happen. With that out of the way, welcome back to the WLC Sports Podcast, presented by The Sword, Wisconsin Lutheran College's independent student-run newspaper. Quick promotion as well for The Sword. We have switched our publishing venue. All of our articles are going to be on Instagram at The Sword WLC. We've already put up a couple of them for this month. John Cannonberg, our wonderful co-host, wrote a very insightful article about Taylor Swift.
I did.
Everyone should read it if they haven't yet. So at The Sword WLC, go follow all that stuff there. And you can follow our pod specifically at Sword Sports Pod on Instagram. That's where we put different clips and episode highlights and all kinds of fun things. If you don't have the attention span to watch a full 30-minute episode, which I'm guessing most of you don't.
Wow. I was not expecting that full promo, but there you go.
Completely on the fly, too. Just totally winged it. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out.
I can tell.
Enough about us, though. Our guest this week is AJ Voss from men's basketball. How you doing, AJ?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Doing
Happy
good.
to be here.
Thanks for having me. Love this. I was just talking to like a bunch of people. I was like, I'm gonna be on the podcast. Like, I feel like that'd be the dream job, like what the Kelsey brothers do. Like, imagine that being like your dream, like their actual job. That'd be the best.
I was just thinking, like, with Jack saying Taylor Swift, you saying the Kelsey brothers, everybody watching this is going to know how the Super Bowl went because it's going to go up on the Monday after. We don't
Oh, man, you're right.
So,
wow.
Could be some controversy. We don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Does anyone have any super amazing Super Bowl plans or just kind of kick back and watch on your couch?
Yeah, just kind of hanging out.
Okay.
Not much.
No for sure plans right now. We're just going to wing it and see what happens.
Okay. I think it's for me and my friends, we're just going to, go grab some food, watch the game, behave in a totally WLC-friendly manner out in public.
Right, of course. Yeah,
but
that's the way you got to do it.
No, of course, absolutely.
Of course. But it's the WLC Sports Pod. We don't talk about professional sports here. We talk WLC sports. So we should probably get into men's basketball. Starting with just a big win last night.
Yeah,
you guys
for
played
sure.
really well. So thoughts about the game, the season in general so far. Just how's everything going for you guys?
Really good. I felt like that game last night was perfect for us because we really just needed to stomp on a team. We had a lot of wins against a lot of teams. We're obviously doing really well, 13-2 in conference, which is great. But having a good win where we're getting that second and third wave of guys in, where everyone kind of gets some minutes, where we kind of did our job. That was definitely a win that was needed. But having a lot of fun doing it. We have 3 1,000-point scorers in one season. I know it's definitely, everyone knows about that. Everyone knows about the 3,000-point scores, which is incredible. And Sam Leisman, I'm not going to give credit to her because that's unbelievable. But the fact that there's only 25 in history and we have 3 of them in the same year, that's unheard of. You don't see or hear about that ever in any other school ever, really. Which
Seriously. We were talking a little bit before about how you said you think this is probably one of, if not the best team that you've ever seen here. And just, I guess, talk me through, like, what's it like being a part of that team?
I mean, we started off the season, 10-1, which I think was the best start in school history. And obviously, regular season wins are really awesome, and we love having those win streaks that we're starting. But we still have our eyes on something bigger. We really want to make that tournament. We're really excited about it. We definitely have a great chance to do that this year. We have unbelievable guys, unbelievable trust in everybody, like Stoltz, Breckel, Hef, G, go down the bench to everyone else, Lubbers, Howie, just naming guys. Dom's my guy. Love Dom. Sorry if I missed anyone, but I'm just naming off names. But all those guys, every time we have a win or we had a tough loss, like, we always just come together. I'm like, guys, we got dogs on this team. Like, if there's a guy that's not doing well, there's only one ball. Like, we have everyone on the team that can score at will if we need to. Like, everyone's capable of doing that. So, like, the only reason, like, I get the buckets I do is because, like, there's so many eyes that are on the ball when Stoltz has the ball, when Grayson has the ball, when Breck has the ball. All the eyes and all the focus just goes on those guys, and that helps me set up a cut to be open because those guys are just so dominant, so it helps me to be great in some games just because all the focus is on those guys. So kudos to those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well said, I think. I mean, so you talk about wanting more, getting to the playoffs, stuff like that. What kind of needs to happen just, like, now and once you get there, kind of in preparation for that kind of thing?
Throughout the whole season, we've always been a second-half team. Like I said, last night we got a big lead. Last night it was like 18-4 to start off the game, which was awesome. I think if we kind of have a calm sense of urgency early on in the game, we can be a very dominant team. We already are a dominant team, I believe. We're a great team, but if we keep that for 40 minutes, don't really have a lull. We have this thing called Pareto, where you focus on the little things, and the last 4 minutes of the first half, the whole bench will scream out Pareto, which means it's like a philosophy where it was like if you focus on the small things, that's going to carry on and kind of change the trajectory of the entire game, kind of thing. So I think if we just play 40 minutes and we rebound, we have that edge, we have that aggressive. We be the aggressor during the game. We can definitely be the dominant team throughout the entire tournament if we really want to.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we kind of already touched on just like the 1,000-point scorers on the team. You guys also have a lot of just stat leaders throughout the NAC, just like really in all sorts of different categories. I was looking at points and assists and all of that, and just across the board, some really fantastic players on your team. So it's been really fun to watch you guys this year, too.
I'm glad you guys, there was a big crowd last night. That was awesome to have everyone come out for that. So
for sure.
That was awesome.
Yeah, so I looked and I saw, I think, if I'm right about this, the next home game is senior night on Valentine's Day versus Edgewood.
Yep.
So you also have a lot of seniors on the team too this year. So, like, what does a game like that mean? And just kind of, like, I guess give your plug to come on out and support too.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of seniors this team. I think 7 will be recognized. Like, we have a couple guys that will be coming back, but will be recognized on senior night that night. It just shows that, like, the process that it takes for these guys. I wasn't here freshman year, but I hear the story about Breckel. I had some tough injuries coming off. He could have been playing a lot earlier, but he didn't. And then just seeing his continuous growth, being the All-American last year, and he's still performing at such a high level. Stoltz, who was the freshman of the year, and seeing him, again, perform at the level he is right now. And Grayson as well. I mean, again, I wasn't here freshman year, but I've heard about how when freshman year he kind of started to come out toward the end of the year, and he really helped us win a conference championship that year. So that was just awesome. And seeing how those guys were to grow together and be seniors now, and how I kind of came into the mix and was able to add what I did to the team to something that we needed, it looks like. But was really happy just to join such a close-knit group. And I feel like we've kind of gotten closer as the times have gone on. Been through the struggles, and look at where we are right now. We're in a good spot. So really just grateful to see and be a part of all the guys that are on the team, honestly.
Yeah, seriously. I feel like when you look at, like, the team and you look at, like, who's having fun on the court, you can always tell that you are. Like, I feel like it's one of the things that, like, stands out about you as a player. So I want to ask, like, if you have any, like, stories of the team, just like the funniest thing that's happened this year or through your time here in general.
Every time second half, we're always going to be like, we're going to be scoring on our side of the bench.
Yeah.
I'll always hear like people just like being like, "Oh, AJ, like make something happen, make me proud, buddy," just saying stuff like that. So
there's a lot of like supportive parent energy going on in that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, after games, I'm always getting told by parents or players are like, hey, you're the energy guy. We love it. Like, love having that. But, I mean, some things are just like, you just try and get energy. You're trying to get into another player's head in a way. Like, it's just a mental part of the game, kind of get them thrown off course. So I just think that part's kind of fun. Love Dennis Rodman. I love what the player he was. I mean, you can have his opinions about him no matter how you feel about him. But I always liked the way he looked at how he approached the game mentally, how he would try to rattle guys. And I thought that was kind of fun. Because, again, me and Stoltz, every time, we have a little handshake we do all the time where we're like, we kind of do like a little dap up and then we just kind of smile at each other and we're like, bro, let's just have some fun today. Like, don't worry about who's going to score. Don't worry about the kind of game you're going to have. Let's just have fun. This isn't going to last forever. I mean, the season's about to come to an end. We got to enjoy this, be grateful for what we have right now. So just stuff like that, just the little things that really are going to be the memories that you kind of hold on to when years to come.
Yeah, so. Seriously. And that's a great mentality to have, too. Just have fun with it and makes it a lot more fun to get out there and play. So, and I mean, it's working for you, too, obviously. Yeah. So. Yeah, congratulations on a great season so far, and hopefully hope to see you guys go far. Okay, anything else for men's basketball, or should we transition over to women's?
I think we can make the jump.
Okay, cool.
I guess it's not that much of a jump. It's the same sport.
Yeah.
So it's like we're turning over a coin.
Right.
Yeah, maybe that's a better analogy.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so we're coming off men's basketball. You guys are on a 5-game win streak.
For sure.
The women's team is actually on a 12-game win streak, which is crazy.
Crazy.
And I mean, I think I saw that they clinched the playoffs. They're in first place right now. So we already talked about how Sam also hit 1,000 podcast alum.
Former pod guest. Always got to shout out our former pod guests. We bring nothing but the best onto this program.
Right, absolutely. So, you're in good company.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
So, yeah.
It is crazy, though, because, I'll see these scores flash up on my phone for these women's games, and it's always just like, holy smokes.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about how, you guys were saying, or you were saying, you guys needed, a big win.
Yeah.
I feel like the women's team, you look at the score and it's always 80-20.
Yeah, it's just,
which is just crazy. I mean, no matter how you look at it, that's just a crazy thing. So I mean, lots of success for the women's team, and they're having a really good season as well, which got to give props to them for sure. And they also have, I think they play the 14th as well, but they're away. They're at Edgewood, and then they're here for senior night the 17th of February versus Marion. So coming out and support them too. We know that they love the support just as much as the guys team. And you guys are pretty good at supporting the women's team too. And you guys support each other.
Yeah,
really well.
I mean, it kind of stinks. This year's a little bit different. They kind of, every time we're home, they're away. So we don't get to come to as many games, but senior night comes, we're definitely going to be out to support them.
Yeah,
because, they set the pinnacle for success, the way they dominate the league. So it's all right, we want to be recognized as a dominant team like they are. So it's we kind of compare them into a healthy comparison to them, where it's all right, we want to be dominant to them, we look up to them like a big brother or big sister, kind of thing. We're all right, that's the pinnacle. That's what we got to be, dominant like them, because I mean, they just dominate every team they play, and they're so good, well coached, well-rounded team.
Yeah, seriously. So I looked and I saw Sam is second in scoring right now in the NAC, so that's awesome for her. And I guess coming out on February 17th to support them as well at senior night.
Are we still toying with the idea of doing some kind of pod content live from a game? Or maybe not even live, but just something from a game? Because I know we were talking about that.
It would be fun. It would be kind of fun to do a senior night type thing. Even if it's just on Instagram or something.
Right, because that would be the night to do it, so...
Yeah, we'll have to take a look.
That'd be fun.
Let's think about it.
We also have been toying around just in the past of bringing everybody who's been on a podcast back for some big thing at the end. So I don't know if you have any ideas, let us know.
Oh, for sure. I like that idea about the live game on senior night.
I think that would be fun.
Yeah,
that would
I
be
think
fun
we got
to do. I don't know what we would do. I don't know what.
We'd do something.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
We'll see what happens. But so that's men's and women's basketball, and we'll transition to our final sport in the gym before we move outside of it. So men's volleyball has also started their season. They've had a little bit of a rough start. I think they are 0-4 right now, but they've got a really busy week coming up. I think they have 4 matches this weekend, just back to back, 2-2. So they have a big opportunity kind of to change the momentum around, which will be cool to see if they can do that. And I think from talking to players on the team, they feel like this is their best team yet. Obviously, still a relatively new program. So I know they're really looking to get a lot done this year and take it to a level that they haven't been at yet. They They actually have 2 Winterfest week games. They have one on the 13th against St. Norbert's and one on the 16th against Edgewood. So you can come out really all that week. I know Winterfest week is a big deal for sports, so really all that week you can come out, support, and just do everything. So that's what we got for men's volleyball. And then I think we can switch to track and field, who they have also been going for a little while now. We'll start with talking about women's because they had something really exciting in their last meet, the Red Hawk Invite. So Rachel Romans set a high jump school record, which I think is pretty cool.
Wow.
You said what?
Do you know like what the height was?
I don't remember what it was.
Okay.
It also doesn't help because it's in meters, and I can never.
Do we need to walk down the hall and bring Adam Heinzen in quick?
Yeah,
I'm sure he could tell us right off the top of his head.
I mean, I could go look it up if we really wanted to see. Here, Jack, stall for me.
Okay.
Have any fun stories?
No.
Okay. Well, here I was gonna tell. I forgot. I was gonna tell my childhood basketball stories because we have AJ here.
Yeah.
And I never did when we were talking about.
You were talking about this when we were setting up because we've all heard about my basketball escapades.
Your blunder.
Yes,
Right.
but we have not heard about John's basketball career.
No, yeah. So I was thinking about it the other day because my parents were like going out to eat. They went to like Cousin Subs or something, and they said a bunch of like grade school basketball players walked in, and they were just like sitting there being loud as you do when you're in grade school. And it reminded me because the team that came in, they said, was the team in 8th grade. We played them in the championship. And I'll never forget the final moments of that game because they had the ball. There was like 1 second on the clock left. I think we were up by like 1 or 2. I don't remember. And so this was like I didn't know I probably wasn't going to play in high school. So I was like, all right, this is like the last final thing that I'm going to have. And I'll never forget, they did one of those like full court passes to like which like, okay, maybe works in like the NBA or like college, but this is
or in the movies.
Yeah, but I remember like I specifically was the one who like went up, got the ball, just like threw it into the stands, and then we all just like went crazy because we won the game. It was you know. Some people peaked in high school. I peaked in 8th grade basketball.
That really is like something out of a movie. You're the one to throw the ball into the stands.
I still remember it vividly.
Did it end with kind of like an aerial like freeze frame of you like pointing your fist into the air in celebration, and then it faded to black and the credits started rolling?
I think they're making a 30 for 30.
Did like storylines about where everyone is now? It's like,
like it cuts to like John Cannonberg 8 years later would be filming a rinky-dinky podcast with an actual college basketball player. John can't shoot a basketball to save his life.
Yeah, right. Exactly. But, you know, I guess I would love to see where my teammates are now. You know, I've kept in touch with some of them.
Oh, yeah.
You
gotta
gotta track them down.
I should.
Bring
them on the pod.
The
8th grade.
I talk about this with people all the time. Like, I just don't have hardly any contact with any of my 8th grade friends. Really? Like me and the boys, like we just don't. It's probably been a few years since I've texted some of them.
I still have class with some of them.
Oh, nice.
This year, so that's cool.
I feel like the great thing about like those kind of friendships though is I feel like if I did text them, it would just we'd jump right back in. It's like there's no time missed.
I'd say it's like riding a bike, but you know how I feel about that.
So
the inability to do it.
Yeah, John can't ride a bike.
Yeah, that's true.
He can't ride a bike. I can't swim. It's a big problem. Big problem here.
Mm-hmm. I'm really bad at ice skating.
I can't ice skate either. I've told that story too.
Did I ever tell you the story of in high school when we played hockey on roller skates?
No. Oh no. But
that's not gonna go well.
So we played hockey. So in my high school, they had some kind of agreement with like the nearby, what do you call it? A rink?
Yeah, sure.
For roller skating. I know for ice skating it's
a rink.
Yeah. A rink. Is it a rink?
Roller rink.
Yeah. Roller rink. Okay.
Rink. Yeah.
So they had this agreement with like the nearby roller rink, like in the next county or whatever, where at the final week or two of every semester, they would like rent these roller skates or I don't know if they rented them or if they got them for free for a couple weeks. Probably for free because it just make more sense to do it that way. But so that meant that for, the last 2 weeks of gym class, we had to always do something relating to the skates. Some days it was like a free skate. Other days it was you would play hockey on skates. And I'm not sure who thought this was a good idea, especially for the people like myself who, at the time I couldn't skate, but the second year we did it, I actually got like a little better at it to the point where, you know, it wasn't like I'd put them on, stand up, and just start doing like the back and forth with your legs where it's like you're just trying to stay up. So I got a little better at it, but this was freshman year. We did it, and I remember just taking like a cartoonishly large swing with the hockey stick, and my legs just like flew out from under me. I flew up into the air, like did the Looney Tunes like freeze frame into the air for a second, and then just like straight down, right on my butt, screwed up my tailbone, and I was walking like an old man for like the next 10 days.
I didn't have that experience, but one time it was my birthday, sophomore year here, I went to Fat Tuesday. It was mac and cheese. And the room across from us, like the girls didn't want to go, and so they asked us if we could bring them some mac and cheese from Fat Tuesday. And it was like we hadn't had school that day because it was like a snow day or ice day or something. So I'm walking back and I'm going to Aspire. I did like the Looney Tunes slip.
Yeah.
And there was mac and cheese there until spring. Like it was sitting, because I spilled all over. Like I just like threw the things up in the air, and it was sitting there for the entire
Actually,
year.
you know what? I think one of my friends who graduated in the fall did that exact same thing that exact same night because it was really icy.
Yeah.
And we came up out of kind of like the back entrance of the campus center.
Right.
Like you go up the stairs and come out like going towards 89th. And he kind of went out ahead of us, and he like started like walking really quickly, and all of a sudden just boom, like freeze frame straight down.
Yeah, it was not fun. And it was my birthday, so I was like,
Oh
wow,
man.
that's
Well, happy birthday to John
Yeah.
on that
Birthday,
night.
John.
yeah, thanks.
That fateful night.
We'll see this year. The past 2 years we haven't had school because snow day and ice day or cold day or something.
Cold day, ice day,
So,
snow.
We'll
some-
see. February 22nd. We'll see if it's,
I don't know. We haven't had a lot of
coming out,
winter
it's
weather
coming out,
this
yeah.
year, so.
No, we haven't, which is why
But
I'm
that's
expecting it.
it's been suspiciously nice out. That's why I keep thinking like something's coming.
Something is. I know.
It's gonna be bad.
Okay, we should really get back to the actual, what I was looking up, which was how high this high jump was.
Oh, that's right. You told me to. Well,
I told you to
I
stall.
kind of did. You stalled first.
Yeah.
And then I stalled, but then you got engrossed in my stalling.
Well,
so
okay.
it defeated the purpose of the stalling.
Yes. So, junior Rachel Romans cleared school record height of 1.62 meters, which for all of us Americans out there is like 5'3", 5'4" around. So that's crazy. I mean, and the previous record was 1.56 meters. So
Okay.
it's a decent amount like that she cleared that by.
This is going to be off topic again. This relates to the metric system. Did I tell you that so we've started up baseball practices, and when we were setting stuff up in the Rex a couple weeks ago, I got into an argument with our pitching coach about the metric system and the U.S. not adopting it. So he was under the assumption that the U.S., once they became a country, decided that they weren't going to use the metric system to be special because, sometimes we do that. But I was like, no, I'm pretty sure the metric system came after the United States was established. So I looked it up, and the difference is like 50 years or something. Like the metric system became a thing 50 years after the U.S. was established. So I felt very vindicated.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
We're
So really,
teaching
they should
we
be
did it correctly.
they should be adopting to us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Listen,
Kilograms.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll give the metric system. Like I think it makes sense. Like okay, like the 100,000, whatever. Like that makes sense. I will not give Celsius. Celsius makes no sense.
Celsius is a load of garbage.
Yeah, I agree. Celsius is bad. I'm not a fan.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no. But okay. Anyway, yes. So she jumped like 5'3".
That's
which
impressive.
Is
Very
crazy.
impressive.
Rachel, if you're watching this, I'm really sorry that we keep interrupting, trying to talk about your accomplishment. Well done.
Yes, very well done. So yeah, she did that. She set the school record. She also took second place in that event, so that's fantastic for her. The sprint medley relay also took first place, and then senior Anna Rosh also took first in the 400 meter. So all around fairly successful meet for the women. The men also had a decent amount of success. Caleb Andrews took first in high jump for the men and tied the school record. I forget also how tall that one is. I probably shouldn't
That's okay.
go off topic on that one. And then we had 2 athletes take second and third in the 800 meter. Michael Miller and Isaiah Harid, respectively, took those positions. So all around good meet for both the track and field teams. And then this weekend, I guess last weekend for you, so you'll be able to check out how it did. They have the Windy City Rumble, which I like the term Rumble.
I do.
For it's much better. It makes it sound like it's like WWE or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But my some of my roommates are really into WWE, so I've been subjected to watching it the past couple weekends, and it's something.
It's gonna be on a lot more. It's on Netflix now. Did you hear about
Is
that?
it really? I didn't know that.
They have like a huge deal with WWE and Netflix. That's
Dang.
gonna be like all the old episodes are all gonna be like on Netflix now.
Wow.
So
Yesterday at dinner, they were just
Something like
watching
that.
clips for hours.
So like wrestling WWE, it's all scripted. So
Yep.
do people watch it in the same way they'd watch like a TV show versus watching like a live sport?
I think my understanding of like my friends and why they watch is just like they like the stunts. Like they're like they know it's scripted, but they like what they do with the script, and they also are like, okay, like this is, But it's interesting because everybody's so against the idea of like, okay, the NFL or the NBA or anything like that is scripted, to the point where like people are arguing about it all the time. But like this is a sport that everybody knows is scripted,
Right.
And it's still like really entertaining. So I don't know.
That's like why I'm curious, because I wonder if you're deriving the entertainment from it in the same way you would like a TV show or an action movie or something. It's like this was scripted and well produced and crafted, but like you're okay with that because you're not expecting.
I think so.
Otherwise, like
I
it's a
think because
different mindset. I feel like that you're watching.
If you talk to anybody about wrestling, which I have in the past couple of weeks, there's so many different like storylines and backstories and all of this. So people go crazy for it. Like they love that.
I see.
Okay, we got to wrap up. So the last sport that we'll talk about is men's tennis. We started our season down in Iowa last weekend. So we had 2 matches, Cornell and Northwestern, I believe. And we did not win either of the matches. But it was our first.
Well, that's unfortunate.
It was our first match of the season. So we're still kind of getting back on
on
things.
the road.
Is that why is that why the agenda is blank under men's tennis? You didn't want to write down that
Well,
you
no,
lost?
I just realized like I'm on the team. I don't really need to write it down.
Okay.
And I got lazy. But I was.
I can tell because there's portions here where you did not capitalize the words Friday and Saturday. So
You know what I mean. It's
Yeah.
not that important. No, but I got to give a shout out quickly to Connor Heesen and Aiden Newberg, who were the 2 on our team who actually did win their matches in singles. So we had some wins there, but good stuff.
Good stuff.
Good job.
But yeah, so we've got another match this Saturday against Judson. They're a really good team. But you can go ahead and check out how we did on Saturday there. And then we've also got a Winterfest match coming up on the 16th, no, the 15th, Thursday the 15th against Calvin at our home courts. So if you can make it out, it's like a 12:30 match. So I know a lot of people have class, but if you can make it out, we'd love to see you there. I think that's going to do it. I think that's all the sports that we have. Unless you've got another story, we got to let AJ get to class.
We do got to let AJ get to
gotta
class.
get to
So
class.
I think
Wow.
we'll get him out of here.
Yeah.
You got, which one did you say you have? Small group?
Small group discussions and then research and theory back to back.
Okay.
Lots of fun.
Lots of communicating going on.
A lot
I
of
guess so.
in the communications class. Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, a lot of communicating.
Great.
Well, we're done communicating in this setting. We're going to go let AJ communicate in the classroom.
Yes, thank you for coming on again.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Had a blast. Come
Awesome.
out, everyone listening. Come out February 14, Valentine's Day. Bring your girlfriend, boyfriend, or your significant other, and come to the game. Enjoy.
That's
it.
right.
Little
That's
date
right.
night.
That's a romantic.
It's a romantic game. It'll be a romantic game
I'm
or
not,
something.
I'm not going to get started on the Valentine's Day rant. So we're going to cut this episode right here. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you again in a couple of weeks.
We will.
Take care.
Says they're obsessed with Kelsey was the article.
That's wild.
That is crazy.
That's top.
They're listening. Big
that's
Brother's
very-
for sure
that is
real
very
thing.
topical.
That's really trippy. That's the article.
That's
Wow.
All right.
That is okay.
First, I thought it was like a sound for us to like.
I thought he was-
Yeah, no, he's like, yeah.
All right, like this is what we're getting into
all right.
now. I was like,
Nope,
sweet,
okay.
guys.
That is mine.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Connor.